Alright, so I got the seats folded down here. I'm gonna pack the truck tonight. I'm going out to the land, do some firewood again. I'm not taking the trailer because I don't think I'm gonna have enough time out there to load the trailer. And I got a lot of stuff that's gonna have to be moved around by hand. I am gonna load up and take the wagon out there, so if I got a couple pieces I can pull it out so I'm not carrying each piece one by one. I did a review on this gorilla cart or wagon, whatever you want to call it. It's good, but always double check the tires because they are Chinese tires, rims, so they always leak air. It's like one of those hand trucks. You're always checking air in it. So it says 30 pounds, so that's what I did. They were all low. The one was down to like 15. So, and then this is some of the gear I got in here for tomorrow. So I'll just go through it piece by piece here. This is a set of 3M headphones. So they work like earmuffs, but they also have a built-in AM/FM radio, and I think you can even use Bluetooth somehow with these. My buddy had these. He uses them on his lawnmower, and he's like, "You got to get these." He's like, "These are worth the money." He's like, I think they were on sale for like, I don't know, $30 or something like that. I'm like, yeah. He's into gimmicks and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know. He's like, trust me. He's like, you're gonna love them. And these things are amazing. I use them for cutting lawn, and then now I've been using them to cut wood. And he was saying too, he's like, the nice thing about these are, he's like, if you got like a mask on or something, you put this over your ears will not get cold outside, working in cold weather. They definitely get hot. If you're working outside with these, your whole head gets really hot because it keeps all the heat in your ears. But outside, these things are amazing, and I love the fact that you can listen to the radio while you're doing something. And then I always take this along. This is my chainsaw tools are all in there. I also got there's an E tool that's in there. This is just a 30 cal ammo box. So this is like the smaller one. It's not like the 50 cals, which are a little bit more common. So I like it. Works good for the small stuff. You don't have to worry about the stuff getting wet because there's a gasket. I don't cut any type of firewood without the chaps. This pair I ordered because I wanted a pair that was made in the United States and not the Chinese ones sold in the box stores. So you got the label here that says made in USA. Oops, can't get to it. There we go. And then I don't know, there's other information on here about what listing it all makes for being protective chaps and etc. I'm not too worried about them. They seem like they're good and they're made in the United States. They got big clip in the back and then small clips that go around your leg, so it wraps around the back of your legs. So they work good. I just wanted a pair of chaps, and these are definitely the ones I like. I think those were about $100. So you can't cut firewood without chainsaw gas. So both my gas containers here, these are also made in the United States. They got that screwy nozzle on it, but if you know how to use it, it works out okay. It's not terrible. Oh yeah, so this one's 50-to-1. That's my Echo gas, and then that one's 40-to-1. I use that in everything else, weed whacker, and then the yellow chainsaw. I only run non-ethanol fuel, so that's probably important to note. Non-ethanol, and then I run 91 octane with the mixed oil. Alright, I believe they call this a log jack. I was using Dad's PV to roll logs and stuff. I wanted my own because I was worried I was going to wreck his. His is like an antique. It's very old. This one's just a Chinese model. I got this for Christmas. So nothing too special. You roll the log, and then I can show a demonstration maybe tomorrow when I'm out there. But it gets the log off the ground, and if you're just trying to roll it, it rolls. It's not very tall. I want to say that's must be about a 4. Maybe it's a 5. I don't know, something like that. So I'm taking along Dad's old ProMac 1010S. It's pretty reliable. It works good. Loud as heck. And this chain cuts extremely fast. It's a really wicked chain. So I take that along just in case I nick something with the other one, or if it gets really dull. I got at least a backup saw along. I usually don't use it though because it's pretty heavy. It's a pretty beast of a saw. And I don't know, somebody told me that that's a close to a 60cc saw. I don't know if that's the case. I thought it was closer to a 50, but if that's a 60, that's only 60cc, that's only got a 16-inch bar. That could probably run the 24-inch bar then. Okay, and then we got the CS 500P Echo. This is the new saw I bought in the fall. It's good, it's light, it's balanced. I'm still working out the nuances of this saw. I did the muffler mod, which I didn't show, but right there you can see those two screws. Take that off, you take off that little diffuser plate, and inside there's a tube that you basically just pull out. It basically falls right out. So it's just a little less restrictive exhaust. It doesn't seem to be any more powerful. It's a little bit more louder. It probably needs to adjust the carb a little bit to get a little bit more out of it. But right now I'm just going to use it as is. And then eventually I'll probably do something with the carb. It's got those limiting screws, or those limiters on the carb, so you got to take those off and then mess around with the screws to get a little more RPM or power, because ever since I really sharpened the chain well, now if it digs in, the thing will snub. So whereas the yellow saw just keeps cutting. So this is important too. It's bar and chain oil. And then also this is my save stick. That's what I use for measuring my length. That's 18 inches. Bar and chain oil is important. I'm not going to say that it's a necessity. If you really had to, I mean, oil of some sort you'd have to have. I think my uncle ran whatever he wanted in his saws. I think he ran 30 weight sometimes, and I don't know, pretty much whatever he had laying around if he didn't have the bar and chain oil. So I mean, you definitely got to have something in there if you're running the saw, because otherwise you're definitely going to burn everything up because it gets pretty warm. Alright, so I got everything packed up here. Initially I was going to take the sides off the trailer and then flip it over, but I was like, well, why do that if I can just fit it in like this? So, and this is a 4-foot wagon, 48 inches. So, and there's some tie downs if you have an Xterra. There's tie downs that you can move in like a slotted track. So I just got a couple of spots there where I tied it down so that the cart itself won't move. At least not too much. I mean, I could throw another one on if I needed to, just to make sure it doesn't move around. I got the saws on the side. The fuel cans I'm probably gonna put somewhere so they can't dump over, just in case. I mean, they're not supposed to leak, but I would hate to have my car smell like gas. And I'm taking along both sets of boots. So I'd rather have more stuff along than not enough, because otherwise not enough usually makes for a pretty long day. So that's what I got packed up here. I'll make sure I got everything I need for tomorrow, and then I can just hop in and go.